anything with the sun right here. Great rising, everybody. Great rising to you. Happy Fantastic Friday. I missed you guys yesterday.
Turn right onto Ritchie Street.
I was not feeling greatest at all. So I had to forfeit yesterday's morning message, but I am back today.
Next right onto Ritchie Street, then turn left onto South Wright Street.
And I'm very close. I ended up parking in this industrial area around the corner from a few dispensaries. And yeah, it's kind of cool over there.
South Wright Street, then turn left onto East
And there's a
Warner
dumpster
Avenue.
right by right by me. So you know I like that. But yeah, I'm like 8 minutes from my client. I moved over here, not necessarily to this spot. I happened to just find that spot coming from the dispensary the other day. But I moved inland because that's how I ended up getting sick.
Turn left onto East Warner Avenue.
I got the mansion so hot when I was down there by the ocean because it's a bit cooler. Ooh. See, that relates to the post I put on Facebook about this looks like Boy George behind me. About taking risks. So anyway,
continue on East Warner Avenue for half a mile.
I won't be long on here because like I said, I'm very close to my client's place. Wait, Kimosabi. Hold on, grasshopper. Slow down. See? And his passenger side is all wrecked up. Patience, grasshopper. Patience. Your shit already tore up. See? It's nice to just be easy and move at an easy pace. It's cool. Don't tear your shit up. All right. So,
take the next right onto Red Hill Avenue.
This morning, I want to briefly touch on trusting your inner voice, trusting yourself. We are taught so backwards to trust and rely on everything and everyone outside of ourselves,
continue Red Hill Avenue,
which is insane. That is completely insane. Do you know why it's insane? Because I watch people all the time dance around what they know the right answer is for themselves. But because, you know, it would either take too much action and effort, or the biggest thing is they're so fucked up in the head about what external forces may think, say about the decisions that they're making for their life that is actually the best thing to do for themselves. We know what the right answer is. We know exactly what we need. We know what we want. And even if we don't know what we want particularly, we know some of what we want to get us closer. Like in action and life are the best teachers, because as you move along, you'll find more clear directions on which way you should be going, on what you should be doing. And the should be is really just based on and off of you. Not anything else, not any external anything. And we're taught to just put everyone else's opinion and, you know, how they may feel about our lives ahead of us, regardless of how miserable you are with the decision you're making for your life because of someone else. That's insane. Trust your own inner voice and listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Your heart does not want you to suffer. Now, it also knows that to get
turn left onto Reynolds Avenue.
To get to certain points in life, it is going to require a certain level of what people may call suffering, but you're not suffering just to suffer. You're not going to get to, even if it's self mastery, you're not going to get there without some suffering, without some pain, without some tears, without digging up some dirt. It's not going to happen.
Take the next left onto Reynolds Avenue.
Just like gold mining. Gold mining, you're not going to mine for gold just neat and clean and pretty. No, it's not how it works. That is not how it works. So don't be afraid, of
In 600
the
feet,
little bit of
turn right
pain.
onto Gillette Avenue.
I can turn you off now. The little bit of pain and quote unquote suffering that you may endure while listening to your inner voice, while listening to your heart, because at the end of the day, it is guiding you in the right direction. It is leading you down the right path. And everything that happens down that correct path is for you, not happening to you. It's happening for you, because the person that you need to be to get to whatever this goal is has to go through that. Through these things, there is resilience built. There is courage built, right? There is confidence that is built. These are all the things that you need. Now, courage isn't built. You don't need courage to walk a plank that's 50 miles wide and never ending. Like there's never going to be an end. There's never going to be a drop. You need courage to walk that fucking tightrope. You need balance. You need focus. These are all good qualities to have, because when you get in a less, not fearful, a less, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find the word I'm looking for. But when you're in a situation that's not so extreme or not so detrimental, and you're able to employ your courage and resilience and patience and focus, it's much easier. But those things are built and strengthened through the tough times. You need something to be courageous about. Like you need some moments that will scare the hell out of you to be courageous in those moments. You have to be knocked down to prove that you are resilient enough to get back up. And your inner voice, when you listen to it and listen and are guided by your heart, and you allow yourself, your heart, and your mind to be in sync with one another, it becomes a whole lot easier to listen. Becomes a whole lot easier. What? Because there's stupid people all around us that do stupid things and then make excuses for them, instead of just saying, yeah, I could have not done that, or I could have done that better, and then do better the next time, instead of having a string of a lifetime full of just dumb shit. You just make one dumb decision after the next, year after year after year after year after year after year after year. Just one big dumb decision after the next. No growth, no, evolution into something better and greater, thinking better, thinking smarter, none of that, because you refuse to listen. You refuse to listen to that inner voice telling you, nope, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. And then you, denying what you know, go and do it anyway, because you let the flesh think that it knows better than your inner. No, your inner is what knows best, because that is the true you. This is nothing. This is nothing. We get so caught up in this physical being. It's nothing. And that's the reason why I use the eagle on the thumbnail, because Oh, sweet, I got a little time. Because, for one, everything in nature, but eagles being like humans at the top of the food chain, you don't see eagles denying and second guessing themselves. You don't see eagles um, flying low, even. You do not see an eagle flying low. Why? Because it's not scared to soar high, because it knows that it can. It knows that it was built to soar that high. That's why it has the wingspan that it has. Why waste that wingspan on flying the same height as a fucking pigeon? That's stupid. Pigeons are so stupid. If you've ever lived anywhere cold, like when I went to fashion design school in Chicago, I saw dead pigeons on my windowsill. Yes, like right outside my window on the ledge were three dead, frozen, dumbass pigeons. They're too stupid to know that, you know what? You need to get the hell out of here. These sub zero temperatures are not for you. But no, no, no. They just stay there. They just stay there and then they freeze to death. And year after year after year, year after year, do the same thing. Eagles rely on their own instinct. Eagles rely on the fact that they know what they know. And they're not going to let a pigeon, a sparrow, a fucking seagull, or any other lesser form of being persuade them to do and be anything other than the great eagle that it is, right? So, you being the greatest being created in this flesh, allow other beings that maybe even with your little motivation have less motivation with you than what you have. You allow them to persuade you into being lesser than what you know you're capable of being. You know you're capable of being. You know you I talk to people who deny their greatness but then speak up their greatness and then deny it. Like, people really talk out of both sides of their mouth. Confused. That is utter confusion because you know what's best for you. But then the other side of your mouth gets to talking because now it's talking out of worrying about what other people may think and say and how they may look at you. Why is that of bigger concern to you than your own misery? You're miserable. Why why allow what you think someone else may be thinking? Like, that's so much energy. That's so much wasted energy on things that don't matter. But what matter is you living in your truth. You living to your full power and your full potential. Don't you want to drain yourself before your flesh dies? Don't you want to know all that you might be capable of before this flesh just goes back to the dust? You have no desire to prove yourself right? None at all. That's just amazing to me how strong and how powerful other human beings can be over another human being. Because at the end of the day, the people out here that are doing anything, right? Because there are plenty of people out here that are extremely wealthy and successful that are not famous. Because fame is free, essentially. Fame doesn't mean wealth. Fame just means fame. That's it. A lot of people know who you are. But there are a lot, because again, I study the wealthy. And I've been seeing and hearing and learning about names that I've never even heard of. And when I read their stories or listen to their stories of their lifetime of awful struggle, some both parents died as infants and, just went from this place to that place. and they're fucking billionaires. They, you know, whether in this country or another country. So it's just like it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Really. There's no circumstance or dynamic that matters. Your inner voice knows exactly where you are going, want to go, need to go, should be going. Period. Like that's just it. Nothing matters. Nothing matters except are you going to listen to that inner voice? That is what matters. Are you going to listen to your heart, or are you going to just keep denying it? Are you going to pay attention to the omens that are put out here to let you know this is for you? This here is for you. This is for you. Like the path can be a lot less painful. It's really simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple because it's not easy to make yourself do what you say you're going to do. That's not easy. It's simple. It's simple, meaning, yeah, you just do that. You know, if you say, okay, I'm going to, like, for example, when I put myself on my burpee challenge, I said, okay, I'm going to start off April and do a 30-day burpee challenge. Okay, how am I going to do it, Shalonda? Okay, so I want to do 8 sets of 8. That's a total of 64 burpees. That's simple. Was it easy? Was it easy to do every day? No. Was it easy? Did every day I spring up? Yes, let's get these 64 burpees. Once I got to the gym and doing the actual burpees, was it easy? No, burpees are fucking hard. I love burpees though. I really love burpees because it's a complete, total, full body workout. Every single part of you will see the results. So it's simple, but it's not easy. Listening to your own instincts is as simple as you hear that inner voice say, you should stop at the store. The simplest thing to do would just be to stop at the fucking store. But that's not the easiest thing to do because you're tired. You just want to pull over. You just want to get home. You've been driving all day. It's not easy. I'm tired of getting in and out, in and out. I just want to be done. It's not easy, but it's as simple as just pull over and go to the store. Because when you get home, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm home. Let me make myself something to eat right quick. Do. Fuck. I should have went to the fucking store. I don't have. Tell me this is not a real scenario that has happened to you. Umpteen times. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Just like that. You should stop and get some gas. I mean, we deny it all the time. All the time. When the simplest thing to do is when you hear that voice say, do something, go left, go right, go here, go there, don't go there, don't do that, stop right now. The simplest thing to do is to just do it. Just listen. Just listen. That's the simplest thing to do is follow the instruction. Tired? Just do it. Just do it. You won't regret it. You will not regret it because at the time that the voice is telling you this is what you should be doing, that is the only thing you should be doing at that time. That is exactly what you should be doing at that time. If the voice says, okay, call and check on your application right now, at the time that you hear that voice, that is when you need to pick up the phone and call right then. It's simple, but is it easy? No, no, it's not easy because who knows what you may be doing in that moment, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just like when the fucking red light comes. The red light comes. Okay, what do? Simple. You stop. You pay attention to that. You listen to that sign. Stop sign comes. You don't just ride through it because it's inconvenient at the time. No, you stop because that's more convenient than getting a goddamn ticket. So you stop or getting into a wreck because another car is coming and you're not paying attention to the sign. It's just like that. Listening to your inner voice is just like that. It's not any different. But we're so taught to pay attention to external everything and to be guided by external signs when we have the ultimate GPS. We have the ultimate uh, uh, navigation system built right within us because we are tapped in to the source energy. We are directly connected. That's why we are co creators. And whether you're creating chaos in your life or whether you're creating peace and harmony, you're the one creating it. You're either creating chaos because you don't listen to that inner voice, or you're creating harmony because you do listen to it and you've mastered listening to it because you've noticed the result. Stop at the store. Oh, you stop at the store. Oh, and then you get home. God damn it. I'm glad I listened. I'm glad I stopped at the store because I wanted to make me, a turkey BLT. And I only had one piece of bread left. When that voice said, stop at the store and get some bread, I listened, you know. I'm just throwing this out there. This isn't a real life example, but I've had many a times where I didn't listen to that simple stop at the store. I'm like, I still got some almond milk left. Get home. No, bitch, you don't. You don't. You forgot you drank that this morning on your way out. You forgot, huh? Yeah, you forgot. And I know you forgot. That's why I told you to stop at the store. But you act like I don't know what I'm talking about. So now here you are at home out of almond milk and you just asked out. Because you're not going to go back out. You're not going to go back out. You know? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Unlearn all the bullshit you've been taught to rely on everyone outside of yourself. It is false. It is false. No one knows best for you than you. Your inner being knows exactly the way. Your inner being knows exactly. You don't need to know how. You just need to know, okay, this is where I should be. Okay. Once you get there, you're going to meet someone else to help guide you to the next. So it doesn't matter how. It just matters that you listen and that you stop denying that voice because that is your own perfect navigational system. Anyone outside of you, you know, you really have to learn what to take and what to leave, you know, what to take and what to leave. It's like if you're baking a sweet potato pie, you don't put every ingredient in your cabinet in there. You only put the ingredients needed to make that sweet potato pie taste good. That's it. You don't get to add all the same things that you would put in the dressing, all the same things that you would put into a chocolate cake. You don't get to add in everything in there, only what's needed for that. That's it, right? So, this is how you have to take external advice when it comes to contrasting that with your inner voice. You take only what seems beneficial to what your inner voice is saying because this is the truth right here. Now, someone else who's further along than where you are, yes, can offer you great advice, can offer you great insight to to what you may encounter. But there's no one outside of yourself that knows what's best for you because only you know your deepest desires. Only you know what you want. Only you know what you want. Now, whether you hoe and hum and go back and forth with yourself about what you want, that's all your business. That's all on you. That's you taking yourself through hoops of fire unnecessarily. Rely on your own inner voice and rely on this is how confidence is built. When you decide to listen to yourself and you prove yourself right, that gives you more confidence to know, okay, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Even if I don't, I know enough to trust myself. And if I do something that doesn't yield the result that I was hoping for, I'm going to pay attention to what I did in that moment, in those moves, so that I can get the lesson out of that and not just waste it as I knew it wasn't gonna go yada yada yada, a bunch of bullshit blabber. Pay attention to the lesson that's in that. That didn't not go the way you wanted it to just because. It didn't go that way for a reason. So pay attention to that. And within that, there is a lesson. You get that gold nugget and you go back out there at it, because now you have a gold nugget that showed you this is what you should have done. So then you go back out there armed with the knowledge of having failed the first time. So you learn from that. And now you got more armor to do it righter the next time. So just because, you know, everything everything isn't supposed to pan out the first time, because you have to build up confidence. Confidence doesn't come by doing something one time. It doesn't come in doing something 5 times. If you really pay attention to the famous people that have that get up and go, that gumption, they share with you their stories. You're not, it's not just you. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he named his company 7 cents or $7, $7, because when he got injured and was no longer going to be a pro NFL player, and when his dad had to come pick him up, he had $6 and some change in his fucking pocket. Did you? He didn't plan to be there. He was devastated. He didn't plan to be there. He didn't went from wrestling to NFL or to football to, you know what I mean. You just have to persevere and listen to yourself. You're gonna, and if you scared to fall, if you scared to hit some lows on your way to some highs, then you might as well just stay low and be happy being there. Because even when it comes to self mastery, it's not just one smooth climb to the top. And if you scared of hitting rock bottom several times as you climb to the top, because this is what builds confidence, resilience, courage, you have to fall multiple times. You have to. Because the thing about it is, you got to fall one less time than you stand up. That is the key. You got to. Now, if you stop listening to that inner voice telling you, get back up, let's go, and but this time do this. If you stop listening and you just decide, okay, I'm just gonna lay down here on the ground and do something different that I can do from the ground, you're not ever gonna have what you need or be the type of person that you need to be. You're never going to. Because at that moment, you stop building courage. You stop building confidence. And when you fall down and stay down for an extended period of time, it makes you feel weaker. It the little bit of confidence you had, it drains that away. Because you know you should be getting up, but you're just gonna lay your ass down there and make excuses. And at some point your excuses even stop sounding good, because you know it's bullshit. You know it's bullshit. And that inner voice is telling you at each moment that the time you should be getting up, it's telling you to get up, because there's something waiting for you. There's something there to help you along the way. So just learn to really listen to your inner voice. Unlearn all the garbage that we've been taught about relying on everything outside of yourself. That is false. You have everything you need as far as being guided. So listen to that and go for it. Don't be scared. If you are, go scared. Plain and simple. So that's my morning message for today. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.